The dawn of a new day. With it brings new life, new promise of change, of growth and expansion, pure, boundless potential. But as clouds roll in, minds get busy, filling up with opinions, judgments, facts, and figures, attempts to define a world that was never meant to be defined. We lose touch with the infinite, fracturing reality from one into many, creating the void. The fear sets in. Fear gives way to doubt, gives way to pain, gives way to anger, gives way to fear. A cycle of separation and isolation. Escape, says the mind, filling the void with vices, distractions, physical, chemical, and psychological, numbing the fear, numbing the pain until it becomes compulsive, addictive, until we forget ourselves and what it's all about. What it's all about. Wholeness, connection, balance, life. You came into this world perfect, and there's nothing you need to add to yourself to be who you are. Who you are, like the sun, whose light continues to shine unconditionally, whatever the weather, day or night, warming the earth, illuminating the darkness, the source of all life as we know it, pure, undefined potential. The dawn of a new day. Stop, look, listen, be as you are.
Hello and good morning, family and friends. Thank you so much for taking a moment to share in this experience with me right now. We are in the middle of the Chequamegon National Forest in northern Wisconsin, and it is the morning of October 19th, 2016. And I woke up this morning feeling inspired to make some real positive changes in my life, changes that I have been really mulling over and thinking about a lot over the past few months. But really, it's been a couple years since I've been really thinking about this and have been aware of this as a real issue in my life. And so I came out here today to state my intentions that beginning today, I will be taking the appropriate steps towards disconnecting myself from the internet. Now, internet addiction is a very real thing, and I want to get back to it in just a second, but I also want to talk about how this choice is something that I feel very strongly about as one choice in just a series of simple but very powerful choices that I feel I need to make in order to reconnect with myself, reconnect with life. Really simple things like drinking more water throughout the day, cutting out processed foods, and cutting out excess in all forms that I see it in my life. Writing more, reading more, making movies about things that are inspiring to me, playing more music, spending more time out in nature, and learning to listen, learning to breathe deeper. And definitely one of the most important things to me is connecting with people. Something that I've learned throughout this struggle is that if addiction is the problem, then connection is the solution. Now, I'm not going to get too much into internet addiction today. It's far too vast of a topic to cover in one video. And addiction is a real issue that I hope to make more videos about in the future. But we need only look at how our smartphones and our social media accounts have become extensions of ourself, and how they demand that we spend so much of our attention throughout the day to them. You know, how they demand that we are so aware that they are there, and you know that the first thing we do in the morning is that we check our phones, and the last thing that we do at night is that we check our phones. And I mean, that is what addiction is. It's trying to fill a void that we perceive is within ourselves, and so we fill it with stuff. For me, the tipping point came just a couple days ago when I was sitting on the dock and I was listening to the breeze and watching the leaves fall off the trees. And yet, at that moment, there was still a part of my mind that couldn't let go, that couldn't be still enough, long enough, to really experience fully what I was witnessing. And I remember asking myself, is this what life is? Am I doomed just to be fighting this constant battle with my compulsive thinking and with frustration and anxiety and paranoia and anger and fear, and almost as if to come up and answer my question, a dragonfly came and landed on my arm, and I hadn't seen one in so long because it's been getting so cold, and I thought that they probably had all gone away for the season, and it just perched atop my arm, and in that moment my mind went silent, and I just looked at this little creature, and its wings kind of stretched out in the breeze, and it turned and looked up at me and cocked its head, and as if to say, no, young one, this right here is what life is all about. It's not up here. It's out. It's here, and that was such a profound moment for me, because shortly after it up and flew away, and I was left sitting there in just complete astonishment. That this is what life is all about. All of this, everything. It's who we are. It's part of us. It's in the wind. It's in the water. In the trees and the plants and the animals, big and small. It's in all life forms. It's in you and me. We are what life is all about. We are life. This is life. This matters. And it was in that moment that I realized that I can change, that I don't need to suffer like this anymore. I don't need to be a slave to my mind. And that felt really good. And let's be real also, the internet is an incredible tool. It has the power to connect all of us to one another, and it gives us infinite knowledge in the palm of our hands, and so to swear off something that is so important and so vital to our connectivity, something that's become so much a part of our culture and our way of life, that would just be foolish. And so I don't intend this to be a permanent change, but I do need to make some real changes in order to take my life back. The internet needs to be kept in check. Remember, it's a tool that we created. So anytime that you get frustrated or angry or sad about the things that you see on the internet, the articles that you read or the videos you watch or the people that you interact with and the people that you follow, just remember that life is happening all around us, and that you deserve to be happy, and that if you're not happy because of the things that you do and observe on the internet, then you deserve to take a stand, take your power back, and stand up for what's right. Because we all know what's right in the end. We all know the difference between what's real and what's not, what's good and bad, And I'm really looking forward to getting back to the basics and really reconnecting with what is good in my life. And speaking of reconnection, if you are watching this and you have any interest at all in keeping in touch with me, I want to connect with you. I think that that's so important. I see this as a way to reconnect with people in genuine and authentic ways, and so I will be making my phone number available to anyone who wants it, anyone who wants to talk. I think that that's a really near and dear endeavor and connection that we can share. I also will be making my P.O. box. There's a post office in the nearby town closest to my cabin here, and so I will be posting my P.O. box address in case you want to exchange letters. I think that that is such a beautiful art form that we've kind of lost touch with as a society, and so I'm going to start a mailing list. Feel free to send me your address so I can add you to that, and that we can get connecting, because I think that connection is really what it's all about. True connection is the intention that I am setting forth today. And I really don't see this choice as a disconnection anymore, as much as I see it as a reconnection with myself, with life, with who I am right now. And certainly a reconnection with anyone who can relate to this experience, and anyone who wants to share in this experience with me. It's all connected. We're all connected, and so keeping those connections and cultivating them is really important, and I'm really excited to kind of see what happens from all this. So thank you all so much for your support, for your love. I can't even put into words how grateful I am for each and every one of you, even if we haven't met. You matter. You make a difference. This isn't goodbye forever. Remember that, So stay safe, be kind, listen more, love unconditionally. Thank you all so much. I look forward to connecting very soon, hopefully. All right. God bless.